from Houston, Texas, broadcasting around the world. You're listening to the Wedding MC Experience Podcast, a show that covers life, love, and drama to success, health, family, and relationships with your hosts, King Carl and Queen Misty. Ready for some fun? Let's get this episode started. King and Queen.
What's up, world?
Hey.
Yep.
We're back.
That's right, y'all. The Wedding MC Experience. I'm King Carl.
And I'm Queen Misty.
And we are back in your face.
Yes.
Listen, I made a joke on the little live before we went live, saying y'all watching a lot of TV. So right now, y'all need to chime in. Everybody log in right now. Let's go. We're going to talk for a little bit,
so we
give
can
you a little
share.
bit of substance before you take all of that writing and that drama. Drama when you laying on your couch because you like, girl, the weather's changing, it's gonna look cool. I got my nice blanket.
No, stop.
I'm just saying, I know what you're doing because I'm telling you, if I wouldn't be doing this, I might be doing it too. But right now, you got your phone in your hand, you got your nice, comfy pajamas on. You got what up, Jay Wig? You got your nice, comfy pajamas on. You like, it's Wednesday's hump day. Girl, I'm going to order me something to eat, and I'm just going to watch my favorite show, whatever the hell that show is. It's Wednesday. We know what y'all doing, man. You chilling. What up, G Mays? Man, Steph, what up?
Hey.
Listen, y'all chime in, man. We're going to talk about something tonight. Tonight is keeping it spicy. I don't know what the hell y'all talking about. Some of y'all just went to Popeyes, and you trying to get spicy chicken. If you want to keep that spicy, keep it spicy.
We are not talking about chicken.
Okay, well, I'm just trying to say, man, we're going to talk about some stuff tonight. Whatever you want to keep spicy, keep it spicy. But we're going to definitely get y'all to chime in with us tonight.
Yes.
Because tonight is a great time. But before we do that, man, baby, how have you been over the last couple of weeks? Y'all know we ain't been on 2 weeks, but...
Has it been? It's just been 2 weeks?
It's every other Wednesday.
It seems longer.
I know.
No.
If your lives
been
move
great.
as fast as us,
Yeah.
it seemed like we just here, right?
Oh, I don't know.
I know. Well,
Was it? Well, no. It seems like a long time, but it's
Well,
probably not.
Well, we're here. In the future, we're going to probably move up to where we're doing it every week. But in the meantime, we know people, to get y'all out of these habits, man, listen, I'm not going to be up here every week doing beautiful shows and people sitting there with their phones in their hands, sleeping in their pajamas, watching a good show on Netflix and then chilling. Matter of fact, keep it spicy.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. No, she look beautiful, man. I'm looking at you. I'm like, man, her hair is matching the shirt. Did you do that on purpose?
I did not.
Man, you just look good.
Well,
and it's
thank
all yours.
you. It's, yes.
You got the twist out. You look good. Tell your mama
Thank
thank you. Hey, mama. So listen, y'all, we got a beautiful subject tonight, man. We're going to have a great time. Nolan, I see you. Cruz, what up? Man, it's a lot of people. Y'all make sure y'all hit that share button. I want to make sure I set that etiquette up before we move into being able to talk about this beautiful topic. Hit that share button, man. Share it with your constituents because we always say, listen, if you want to share something with substance, this is what you need to be sharing. This is the Wedding MC Experience. It's where we let love, life, and beautiful light meet success, business, and damn show staying together.
I like that.
Yeah.
Did you just come up with that?
I'm telling you off the top of my head because that's what we're trying to do.
That was nice.
Yes. Gotcha. Keep it spicy. You got to keep it spicy. That's all I'm rolling with tonight. We keeping it spicy. So listen, y'all. I want to make sure we get a chance to tell you all the funny thing about it is that as we talk about this, we want to make sure y'all get a chance to call in. The number is 936-585-4627. So y'all make sure we're going to make sure, Mike, you go ahead and put that and pin it in the comments so people know. And we want to hear from you. Steph, Nolan, Cruz, Charna, what up? Jaretta, y'all make sure y'all call in. Jay Wig, I want to hear from you, man. I know you out there in OKC. Y'all call in because I want to hear y'all's thoughts, and I know people want to hear them. Remember, you can definitely listen to this live 24 hours from now. It's going to be up on all the podcast platforms, iTunes,
YouTube,
Spreaker, YouTube, all of them.
Breaker,
yeah. So you can get a chance to check it out. We'll tell you a little bit more about it a little later. In the meantime and in between time, let's jump into talking about what we meant when we said keep it spicy. Keeping it spicy, y'all. So here we go. I want to make sure, I start off with this, babe, and I'm going to ask you this and just see where your head goes.
Oh, God.
But how do you, not necessarily with me, but just generically, how do people, continue to grow intimately or how should they continue to grow intimately with their mate?
They need to grow together.
Okay. What does that entail?
Okay? So
This is deep, right? This is
somebody,
good.
one
Good
person
deep.
might be bored with how it's going.
Okay.
So if you want to add some spiciness into it, I
Okay.
think you need to talk about it first and see what the other person might be into.
Okay. Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So, but let me ask you this. So, when we say grow intimately, though, because we know relationships, when people first meet,
yeah.
relationships start, because people, are attracted to each other on the surface before they even get to know each other, right?
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes, now I want to ask y'all this too, because maybe you all can kind of help us with this. But when people first see somebody or each other, or even before they even have too much dialogue, do people say to themselves, "Man, I'll sleep with him," or "I'll sleep with her"?
Some people do.
Do they? 'Cause,
Yes.
I can speak from a male perspective. I can damn sure say, "Yeah, man." We like, boy.
Women do too.
Okay. So women, chime in if you feel like you need to, because you might be like, Misty.
Whatever. There are
Okay.
some women out there
They
that
be
will
like,
do that.
girl, he can get it.
Yes.
You like, he can get it. He can get what? Some chips, some chicken, some spicy chicken.
Some spicy chicken.
I'm trying to figure it out, because at the end of the day, we know that people identify with that initially, right?
Yeah.
So it starts off, from the relationship starts off a certain kind of way, right? And even if it's not, for those of you out there that are, y'all have these stages you have to go through, even if it's not just sex, but it starts off a particular type of way, and then when you get to sex, and then the sex is a certain kind of way, and people kind of maintain that until other variables and stuff come into play,
Yeah.
right? Variables, for those that don't know, those are things that change the outcome of an equation, right? So let's just say, variables come into play, like a certain kind of job, location, moving in together, commingling bills, children,
Yes.
marriage, right? All of that, because people start their relationships really from the surface of just
Just them two.
just them two. I come over your house. When
Most
you come
people.
Over. Yeah, most people. Okay, yeah, we'll say most.
People. There's different
nuances. And,
Yes.
Yeah, challenges. You're right, but generically speaking, it starts a certain kind of way. Now, when it does start to happen, and they like have a rhythm together, and from their intimacy they connect a certain kind of way. Now that all these other variables have come into play, the intimacy changes. It matures, I'll say.
Yeah.
Or it evolves.
I like evolve.
Okay, so it evolves. So
Let's go with
the
evolves.
question that I said initially, now that we've said that, is how should a person continue to grow intimately with all that going on with their mate? What are some ideals, some understanding? Not that you are this expert, but just
Yeah, I'm
get the
not
conversation
this
started.
expert.
It's a very heavy question, right?
It is, but again, they still have to talk about it.
I agree, but
That's the first thing.
When we say grow intimately with their mate, it doesn't necessarily mean bad or good. It's
No, but you still need to have the conversation to know what direction to go.
What does that sound like?
Oh, it depends.
Is it still good to you?
Yes.
Baby, why are you looking like that?
Stop.
I'm trying to figure out what this look like. Y'all need to chime in and help me out. The number is pinned inside of the comments because I want to hear you. I want to hear what you think.
Oh my God.
What does that look like? Veronica, Marissa, what's up? Paula, y'all calling. Charlotta, y'all, I want to hear you. I want to know what that's like when the relationships start to evolve because of different variables. What does that look like?
Do you think the variables affect?
Good or bad?
Yes, good. Oh, God.
It
Okay,
just-
I need a
just-
direction.
Well, I think
Good
well,
or bad.
Well, I'm just saying.
I need a. Okay, let me see.
So if variables affected in a good way,
If there's
it can't be talked about.
Yes, it can be, but most time it won't be because a lot of people like to talk about more negative than positive.
Okay, well I understand that. I can see that.
So I think if it's something that's negative, it will come to the forefront
Okay.
more than the positive aspects.
Okay. I can see that. So let's start with the negative first then. So if
you have all these variables and stress, I'm gonna talk about stress. That could affect everyone's libido.
Okay.
Everybody.
Libido sound like a homeboy that came by the house the other day.
You know, okay. So affect everyone's
libido.
Sex drive,
Hey,
male or female. I'm not dealing with
Bring me one of them sandwiches. Libido. I'm just saying, I know what a libido is, but I'm just,
Really? Okay, so it can affect everyone's
the hell
sex
is
drive.
libido anyway. Libido, come on. He called me the other night. Oh, hey, nigga. Yeah, libido. Hey, libido. Hey, libido. But no, I know what you're saying, though, baby. So when the libido gets affected, what does that mean
Just
for
say
those
sex
that...
drive. Just
Okay, so
because,
it affects your sex drive. Right?
yes.
So when your libido start tripping, your libido loses beat. Mike, I'm stupid. Listen, I just people in the lab, but I'm just saying libido be tripping.
Stop with libido.
Okay, I'm sorry. When your libido start tripping and your relationship start tripping, have that talk, right?
Yes.
And what does that talk sound like?
I think it depends on your spouse how you're going to approach it. You don't want to.
And that's delicate, right?
It's delicate, because some egos out
Male
there.
or female or mostly male?
I'm gonna say mostly male.
Yeah, because libido be tripping sometimes.
Will you stop it?
Okay. I just want to know what that conversation sounds like. So for those that are out there, I know people don't like talking about this. She said, y'all throw. Yes. It do sound funny, though. I'm with you, little nigga, libido. So here's the thing. Let's just look at it. Okay, so all of a sudden we're done and we say, you good?
And she's going to say no.
Like,
well, some people might not say no because they don't want to hurt the other person's
she's
feelings.
not gonna say no like that. She probably say, let's just say what.
Well, if she's fed up, she will.
How's she gonna say it?
No.
So
I
hurt
didn't
his
get
feelings
nothing. It depends on how she's affected. Because if this
women,
is,
I guess y'all can agree with that, right? Look, Shaletta's like, y'all tripping right now. Say what up? I'm with y'all tripping. I mean, well, I guess, but then how do they grow from that? Because see, this is where keeping it spicy comes in. This is where that communication part comes in.
This is why I said they need to talk about it.
What does that sound like?
We just started the conversation.
Okay, so what you want me to do?
So we need to either find some pills or go to a doctor. We need to find a solution. But you have to find a solution together.
So if they're with a woman like my woman, there's a natural woman. She don't believe in no pills and all that. Not like
there's
that.
Some herbal. There's some herbs out there that'll get you right.
Yeah, see, Misty knows. So we're going to
email me.
Yeah, we're going to
theweddingmcexperience@gmail.com.
Yeah. You be herbed up. You know what I'm saying? Be taking them herbicides.
No.
I don't know. Listen. I don't know what you're talking about yet. I ain't hit that one yet. My libido be open. My libido be like, hey.
We are
Carl.
not.
I'll be like, what's up, libido? You want me to come through?
Stop.
Yeah, come on through.
Oh, my God.
Veronica's like, oh, my God. Deidre, what up? Listen, all I know is this. I don't care what we do. Tonight we talking about keeping it spicy. It's always a funny conversation because people are uncomfortable being able to talk about things that spice up their relationship. Listen, if you're sitting in your pajamas right now, your comfy clothes or your boxers or your hoop shorts, for some of the ladies out there, and you got your phone in your hand and you just chilling and you watching your TV show, make sure y'all stay tuned right now. Hit that share button. Do us a favor. Don't do nothing else and don't move. We're going to pay a few bills right quick and we'll be right back. Y'all holla black. We'll see you in a minute. What's up, world? This is Carl Mays, the King Motivator, a.k.a. the Wedding MC. I gotta let you know, this is my 426th wedding here tonight. And I just wanna let you know, regardless of what happens, we're gonna make people have a great time. One thing that we always say is that people come to weddings, and when they go to the reception, they don't know whether or not they're going to stay. But if you love who you are, make some noise. The Wedding MC is basically an embodiment of something that's needed at a wedding. One thing I like challenges. And when I emceed that wedding, it was such a fulfillment because I got to be creative. Is there a need for the wedding MC? Yes, I think there's a need for it. People don't know they need it yet because they've never seen it or had it. sit down with them and let them know the psychology. The psychology is you have two families that don't know anybody in there outside of the people they came with or the bride and groom, and they're there to be able to blend and get to know other families.
This is a mix and mingle thing because you're bringing two families together and you're blending them.
So yeah, Wedding MC is going to be needed. Wedding MC is there to curate and create an environment to make people feel as comfortable as possible. Makes me feel, strong enough to be able to attack what this world has to offer every time I step inside my door. But the beauty about this one is that they'll never be like the Wedding MC.
Again, my name is Carl Mays. You can find me, theweddingmc.net. I'll see y'all on the next one.
Yep.
Oh,
We're back. If you're just tuning in, y'all, we got to let you know. I know some people are trying to figure out what the title of tonight's episode is Keeping It Spicy. And, and it's funny because people are like, keeping what spicy? I said, whatever you want to keep spicy. Your chicken, your woman, your seat. I don't know, whatever spices you up. So my thing tonight, since this is a show that talks about love, laughter, life, and definitely success, relationships, and success, and more, I want to make sure that you add keeping it spicy to whatever you want inside of that. But here's the thing. Whatever you do, remember what the etiquette is. Take that thumb or either that index finger and make sure you hit that share button. Do not share this. You need to make sure you share it because that's a great thing.
Yes.
I'm King Carl.
And I'm Queen Misty.
And we're back, y'all. Listen, the number to call in, we do want to hear from you all. We'll put you right on the air,
936-585-4627.
So you want to make sure we have pinned it in the comments so Mike has it locked in. And we want to make sure you give y'all a chance to be able to tune in and talk about this. The one thing that we did before the break is we were talking about this whole unique aspect that if the libido is not working and it shifts the dynamic of the relationship a certain way, then how do you address that with your mate?
Yes.
And I asked Misty, and she said, you just, if he says, baby, was that good?
And you say no.
But you don't say it like that.
It depends on how
the intensity. So
yes,
so
it depends
okay, babe,
on
I know I've
if
asked you
this is like
9 times before.
9 times.
How was that?
Wait, it depends on how it was the other 9 times.
Well, that's what I was saying. But if it's the same for the last 9 times,
if that's not good,
then you gotta say, babe, we need to work on something. Let me go get you some
her
herbs.
response is going to be intense.
Okay.
I
understand it. I'm with you. And you got to try to figure out something to do. This is what I would say. If it's a fellas and you got a remote near you, use whatever you can.
What? What you do with the remote?
I don't know. You just do whatever you can.
Oh no, I need some insight.
You use whatever you can.
The remote. What are we doing with the remote?
You need to make sure she reaching for stuff that ain't even there.
Oh.
Or he.
Yes.
You reach for stuff that ain't even there, and she wake up. She say, "Cut these lights on. There's got to be more than one of y'all in here. This can't be just you."
I can't.
Then you must be doing a great thing. All I'm saying is that don't put so much emphasis on just your libido.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Call Tito.
No. No.
All I know is that you make some things happen. But I believe that regardless of what happens, the relationship will go through some changes because variables do change the outcome of relationships.
Agreed.
Right? Because when children come into play, when bills come into play.
Even health.
And health and all that kind of stuff too. So you definitely want to make sure that, you keep those things in mind. But I say the beauty about it all is if you have a great communication system.
Yes, then it won't get that far as far as her being that frustrated.
Right.
So I think you guys can work more together in trying to find a solution.
Right. So again, we're talking about this from one perspective, but what happens on the flip side?
What do you mean?
When guys feel like that woman feels, but at the same time. So, from that perspective, how should that be handled?
The same way. He needs to tell her.
And he said, baby, was that good? No.
What?
For the 9th time.
Is that how he's going to respond?
No, I don't know if he's going to respond like that. I'm just saying. I don't know. And not going with, I don't want to have to go through that. I would hope that we have such a great communication. We can talk about that and be like, listen, there's some stuff happening right now. I'm gonna say it before. I'm not gonna go to perform and then we see this outcome and then the performance is not up to speed.
To par.
I'm just gonna say, listen.
This not. Something's wrong. Something's wrong. So let's not do this right now.
My stamina is
It's off right now.
Yeah, and I'm fully attracted to you. You know what I'm saying? But I think some things are changing, and I really need you to be able to assist me in a way that you probably never assisted me before.
Oh, God.
All of a sudden, you come around these straps, you come with some. What is that for?
See, you can't have surprises like that.
No, yeah.
This is why you need to talk about
Yeah, that's right. Because you come in, you got a saddle. I'm like, what the hell are we finna,
Yeah.
the hell are we finna do? No, you got to talk about this. Did this come with an instruction manual?
Oh, my God. I can't.
I'm trying to figure this out. Yeah, Cassandra said, hey, communication is key. I believe that. I believe that. Darryl, what up? Y'all make sure y'all call it. I do want to hear y'all, man, because I know we're not the only ones that think about things like this.
No, guys, come on.
Some people don't want to put it.
Be grown. Come on.
936
This is a grown folks conversation.
585-4627. Y'all call in. Make sure y'all get a chance to do that. I want to make sure I ask this question too, babe, because I think this is always important too.
Okay.
How important, or what is the temperature of importance that people put on sex as it pertains to a long-term relationship?
I think it depends on the person.
Okay.
Myself, it's in the top 3.
Right. Because, for some people that they feel like, it's a part of it, but,
I mean, that is a connection with your spouse.
No, I agree. But I'm saying, but there are some people that they may say it's important, but at the end of the day, there may be some other things that they feel like are a little bit more important. So
yeah,
I think it's just order of importance.
I said top 3.
Okay.
Some people might do top 5, I wouldn't go no lower than that.
Like sex.
Man, no,
That's
no.
top 5.
That's not what I mean. I mean, it's in the list.
Pooh, what up, man? Emery Price.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I mean, yes. Listen, we are talking about this topic tonight. That's taboo. Sometimes it's taboo for a lot of people. Sex. We're gonna talk about it. Keeping it spicy. Here we go. What happens when relationships change, or what should happen when relationships change as it pertains to sex?
They have to evolve in order for the relationship to continue to work.
Right.
Because it is an important aspect, and if it's lacking, you're missing part of the connection in your relationship.
Yeah.
And it starts to affect everything.
Do you think people are creatures of habit? Like the first time you got with your wife, your maid, or whoever you're with right now, or if somebody you just met last night, whatever the case may be,
mm-hmm.
Do you think people are creatures of habit to the point they do it the exact same way all the time?
Oh, I hope not. That would be so boring.
Look, I'm looking at the camera. I'm just trying to see who's looking back. Do you do it? Do you do the same approach? The same way, you say the same thing, you make the same sounds, the same moment.
For the years, that's.
Well, I'm just saying that. Do you think people are creatures of habit? I don't know. I mean,
it's a possibility. Again,
it's a safe zone. I've already done this. I think I'll do this again. This is this is.
I think it depends on the person.
Wow.
Again,
but I think because people are just creatures of habit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I watch it sometimes in my classrooms. It's funny. They come on the first day, they all sit in these seats, and then for the rest of the semester, they all come sit in the same seat. I'm like, what the hell are y'all doing? These are
I
not
don't
your
think
seats.
that's a good comparison for sex.
Approaches, people do it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I mean, I just think that that's something that they do. I mean, it's more. I think it's more of a thing that humans just do. They're just creatures of habit as an approach, as it pertains.
I could see it.
And does that create boredom?
It would for me.
And if that creates boredom, and then you involve variables,
yeah.
Now you've created
you mixing it up,
right? But you brought in variables though. I'm talking about like businesses, bills, all the things that affect the dynamic of the relationship, and you're still trying to get the same outcome that you got when y'all first got together, and how you approached it. Becomes very, very difficult, doesn't it?
It does.
This is a thick thinking process. Pooh says, great topic. Sex in the morning, sex at night, sex in the afternoon. All right. Laughing my butt off. Call it what you want. Yep. And skin just laying everywhere.
Really?
You sound like
that sounds so disgusting.
No,
skin laying around everywhere. That's nasty.
Again? Again?
Really?
No, just kidding. I guess
Some people have high sex drives.
They do. And listen, they done bought everything out. They got a closet full of toys.
I can't. Not everybody uses toys.
I know it, baby. I mean, toys can be anything. It can be toys to run. I am having fun with this. Leslie, what's up? Pat, peace out. What up? Listen, man, all I know is that, y'all, we are talking about keeping it spicy. I know most of y'all in here trying to figure that out. The one thing I want to do is make sure y'all keep it locked. We're going to pay a few bills right quick. Don't you go nowhere. Make sure you hit your thumb and definitely share this. We'll be right back, y'all. Yeah, there are DJs that might MC at a wedding, but they don't do what I do.
We're running about 20 minutes behind, y'all. Go.
If you know somebody getting married, they need me. They don't know they need me yet. All you got to do is get them in touch with me. Once we introduce you all and all that wedding party, once we knock these shows, they'll forget that we're running behind. I'm going to be the one to be able to bring the people and truly blend them. And what I mean by bring the people is when you get them to your wedding, if you want them to stay, you need them. You see all these faces? They're not in here right now.
I was a little bit nervous.
They're not in here right now. They're not in here right now.
It's just you and this chair.
Now look at the lady to your left. Now look at the lady to your right.
She's not your friend right now. Acting like this is a fun game.
But I want you to sit down so sexy
That your new husband is going to want to climb all over you.
I don't know when I'm getting married, but
Don't
you know,
worry.
when the Lord bless me with someone who I need to be they real.
the father-daughter dance, to the mother-son dance, to the anniversary dance, to cutting of the cake, to the toast, everything is a presentation. And that's what I do.
The energy you give is the energy you receive. And just keep moving like this while I just kind of introduce the next one. Don't worry about that. I got you.
The wedding MC was great. We had great energy. I felt really comfortable, and it was a lot of fun.
Come on, I need that wedding party to get around there right quick.
The one thing I do is travel with a microphone. People say, when you go to work, what do you take in your toolkit? I take a microphone. I am Carl Mays, the wedding MC. So sit tight. I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about soon.
Hi, party of the year.
Even our photographer said it's the best MC he's ever seen. So it's been absolutely amazing.
I don't even like wedding.
Right, me either.
King
Outside of
MC.
that, that's right, John.
The king.
Yep.
Hello.
We're back, y'all. Listen, let me
Yes.
tell you something. There's a change going on. A change in weather. A change in weather all over the country. We know people are getting a little cozy. The weather is getting a little cooler. And people are walking around with coughs and runny noses. And y'all got your
Yes.
kids coming home from school, and it's getting a little crazy. Well, we got Mrs. Flavor. Mrs. Flavor's about to go on. And Misty want to talk to us about some things that we could use that are more natural than some of the Robitussin and the tussin.
The tussins.
All that stuff that people are using. Go ahead, baby. Talk to them.
Hey, so I want to tell you guys the top 5 things that I use that are pretty much in like my medicine cabinet. I use elderberry extract. I use activated charcoal, ginger, colloidal silver is awesome, and manuka honey. These are the top 5 things that I use during this time of year because of all the sicknesses. And if you do your research, you can read up on them and see what all of them do. It's great to have them all on hand. That way, you if you run into an emergency, you can have it right there instead of running to the drugstore to get you some drugs that have that warning on it that say, you taking poison. Call this poison control number if you take too much. So, don't do me.
Go ahead.
So, those are the top 5 things I want to talk to you about. Let's see. What else did I have?
That colloidal silver. Somebody
that
emailed us
kills
the other day.
viruses. Yes.
Yeah, how do they use that particularly? And I know the rest they can probably email, but I wanted you to expand on that colloidal silver.
Okay. So it's they have it in a spray bottle. They have it in droppers. You can use it up to 7 times a day, but I only say that use it that many times if you have like the flu.
So, if
like
a person,
I would
how do they apply it?
they hold it in their mouth for like 30 seconds and then you swallow. Again, the colloidal silver, if you're going to use it that many times a day, 7 times, you have to have like a really like the flu. Because I don't do flu vaccinations or shots, whatever you want to call them, because it's the last year's strain. They don't have the current year because it's still going on. So people who get the flu vaccine are getting last year's strain. Just an FYI. So yeah, just arm yourselves. It's real simple. There's teas. There's herbal teas out there that are caffeine free. There's one. It's called elderberry. It's I forgot the brand.
Okay.
They have a throat coat. They have I think it's Gypsy Cold Care. There's a lot of great teas out there that will help you with your immune system. So you want to help your body by giving immune building foods that help your body build your immunity, and that will help you out, guys.
That's what I'm talking about. Using something a little different, because I know the first thing people do is get Advil, NyQuil, all the ills.
Stop it.
And it's so funny because everything end with ill when you ill, and I don't understand it. I'm like, how are we getting better if it all end with ill? I'm like, well, he is
Really?
crazy. Yes, that is crazy. Somebody said I use Campho-Phenique.
All right, Campo.
Pooh, crazy. People used to use Campho-Phenique for everything. Man, what, you broke your toe? Put some Campho-Phenique on.
No, that is not.
That's what they used to do. I'm telling you, man. Well, look, man, Misty, appreciate that. Appreciate those wise words. Go ahead
problem.
and swing that right quick, Mike. I am a wedding MC, for those that don't know. Keep in mind, my experiences are sometimes tainted, but the advice I think I give in order to be able to keep your marriage together, I think it's pretty slick. So, stay tuned. You'll know more about the wedding MC experience. See you in a second.
This is the Wedding MC Experience. Podcasting around the world. The hosts and their guests share their experiences so you can get insights to the secrets of how to stay together.
Yep. So listen, y'all, we're getting ready to do this last segment. This last segment is questions and margaritas. My wife, she's going to whip up a cool little margarita. We say it's questions and margaritas because it's really not questions and answers, even though we're giving you answers. But because it's questions and margaritas, you may not get the answers that you want. But it gives us a little bit of vibe to be able to have some fun with. So in the meantime and in between time, I'm going to wait for her to come back in here because the thing I want you all to do is to be able to make sure that you email your questions in to us, and we may use them on the next show. We go through the list of questions and pull out the top 2 to be able to see which 2 we're going to address. So the email address is theweddingmcexperience@gmail.com. That again is theweddingmcexperience@gmail.com. Email your questions in, y'all, and we're going to get a chance to be able to kind of address it if your question seems addressable. So in the meantime, my baby's back in the building. You want to read that first question, babe?
All right.
Thank you for my margarita. I'll taste it before I answer the question. But go ahead.
Okay. Whenever people see my husband and me, we appear to be extremely happy. But underneath it all, we have grown completely apart, and it bothers me not to be transparent. What are your thoughts?
Ooh.
Oh.
I know that's heavy. You know the scariest thing in the world is to not be able to be yourself.
It is.
And something more scarier than that is to not be able to be yourself with your mate.
Yeah.
So, if I had to give any words of wisdom, I would say that, before you all continuously, take this union, in a public space, you really need to sit down and just kind of dig deep with each other to try to find out how to be able to get back, on the same page, because obviously, you know, the relationship visually is more important than it is internally.
Yeah.
And I think that's always a challenge for people to be able to try to maintain how they were, or to even get back to it. You know, but I think that communication can lead us through all kinds of dark spaces. And, you know, only if people are open enough to be able to understand it. There's that old saying, and all of you have heard it before. The old saying is, there's a reason that you have 2 ears and 1 mouth. So sometimes, you know, even those that are receiving the information, you have to be able to listen twice as much as you talk.
Right.
So some people are good speakers, right?
Right.
They're horrible listeners.
Yes.
And sometimes, you know, we still haven't grown in those areas. So I just want to be able to give that advice to it and just be able to say, listen, I know you guys look good together, and I know people think y'all are just the happiest couple in the world. But at the end of the day, eventually they'll be able to see through that if you continue to be able to try to not be transparent
cover
with
it
each
up.
other. Yeah.
Right.
So work hard on that, man. That's a heavy one.
That would bleed through.
Yeah.
Eventually.
That's a little tough, huh? I got to take a drink on that one.
Well, yeah, and the spouse has to be open to receiving.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You know, so you got to be
Yeah.
able to listen, and as much as you dish out information, you got to be able to listen. You know, I have moments where, you know, I don't hear you as clear as I should. Right?
Yeah.
So you'll say, "You're not listening to me." And
Right.
then I have to, but mine is not because I'm thinking about something else. Mine is because I'm probably distracted with some bullshit.
Like, yeah, the
Right.
TV.
Yeah. So like those that are not chiming in right now, we know y'all are distracted with some bullshit. Like
The
the
TV.
TV. All right, so y'all understand my plight. Don't sit down. Don't point the finger. Talk to your damn self.
Oh, Lord.
All right, what's the next question, babe? Let's address that.
Okay. Things in my marriage that didn't bother me before do now, and things that did bother me before don't now. How should I perceive this?
Hey,
Oh.
do you have those claps queued up? Go ahead and get a round of applause.
Wow.
Welcome to life.
My God, right?
So
It's called evolving.
yeah, welcome to life. I
You're
mean,
you're changing. You're like
right. I mean, because
that's the beauty of life. I'm going to say that.
Right. So let's look at it from an individual standpoint. For those out there that are probably still single, there are things that you know you like right now that in 10 years you may not like. And you're still single and individual, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, and the things that you didn't like at this age and you end up liking at that other age, you're like, damn, I'm changing. You're right. You're evolving.
Yeah.
So it happens also inside of a marriage or a relationship, right?
Mm-hmm.
There are certain things that, and this is not in cue or in lieu of my wife, and I'm sure, and I hope not with me, but there are some things that you may have liked or I may have liked about you initially that now kind of get on my nerves. However, on the flip side, there's some stuff that I really didn't pay attention to, you know, however many years ago, and I'm like, damn. So it's kind of like a gift and a curse, right?
Right.
Because you're like, girl, you know what? Your left cheek a little bigger than that right one. Boy, I didn't
Really?
really notice it. And when you walk, boy, that circle you do, I
Why?
actually kind of like that.
What?
You're like, you've been seeing it. Y'all been seeing it for years, but I didn't pay attention to right now. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a different dude and my eyes have shifted.
Oh my God.
I don't care what y'all do. That's an example.
It is.
Just
It
letting y'all
is.
know. Things like that do happen, but people have a tendency of admiring or, you know, disliking certain things that, you know, we just change. You know, and I think
Yeah.
that's the constant in all of this. It reminds me, nothing is constant but change. Everything in this world must
It's
rearrange.
rearranged.
I know what I'm saying to you might sound strange, but nothing is constant but,
But
change.
change.
Maybe we have to lock that in.
I did.
Change
I think
is
we
of the
did.
essence, right?
It is.
So if you're not embracing of change, then at the end of the day, maybe you should just be with yourself, stay in like a cubicle or a cave or a basement, and never come out.
I don't like that one.
No, I'm just saying maybe because change is of the essence,
It is.
and even inside of there, you'll change. You know what I'm saying? I saw a guy one time go in a house skinny, got mad at the world, stayed in the house, ate himself into oblivion, and couldn't get out. Yeah. So he
That's awful.
changed.
Stop it. That was That was awful.
He changed. I mean, so even when he didn't want things around him to change, he changed.
Yeah.
So you got change that you can control and you got change you can't control. But regardless of what happens, things are changed. Right now, everybody hold. It's some stuff that just changed right there. I know you can see it, but it just changed. So I need you to understand that that's going to occur. And then Kamisha said, facts.
Yes.
Thank you, Kamisha. I'm with you. Because I feel the same damn way. You know, people don't like it because I like tell it like it is. At the end of the day, telling it like it is what I do. So I'm going to tell it like it is. Get ready for change.
Yes.
Right? Because at the end of the day, something needs to change in your life that you want to control, but something is changing in your life. You ever been at a point where you're like, you know what? I deserve a better job. I deserve more money. So you're trying to control that change. You're trying to really go out there, put some applications in, do something. But at the end of the day, you don't know the change that's happening at your job is that they getting ready to call you in the office and be able to give you this pink slip in a few minutes. Change. Things are just changing.
Oh.
But that's wrong. I was doing my... No, you wasn't. You was looking for a job. On a job. Change. Nothing is constant but change.
Oh.
Everything in this world must rearrange. I know what I'm saying to you might sound strange, but nothing is constant but change. Yes. So, y'all, this is Keeping It Spicy tonight, y'all. So we want to make sure you guys do us one favor. Continue to keep your relationship spicy. Add some value to them.
Yes.
Do what you need to do. Grow in some areas that you probably didn't think you needed to be growing. And
talk
be
to
open
each other.
Yeah, and be humble.
Yeah.
Being humble is the hardest part.
It is.
You know what I'm saying?
That ego, woo,
Right.
is a killer.
It is. You know, like.
Sometimes literally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That was deep.
Sorry.
Yeah. Ego's killing people.
Stop it.
So y'all listen up, man. I want to make sure y'all know where to be able to listen to us in your cars, on your iPhones, on your Galaxy phones or your Androids, whatever you got. We just want to make sure y'all definitely know where to be able to find us. So in 24 hours, we will be up on these platforms that you see on your screen right now.
Yes. Spotify, Anchor, Radio Public, Pocket Cast, SoundCloud, Breaker, YouTube.
And iPhone, iPods.
Oh, yeah, I don't say those.
Yeah, so
Sorry,
the purple
I skipped.
icon, you make sure
It's
you
just a purple thing to me.
Okay, yeah. Well, that's what happens when you're rocking Android. So in the meantime, y'all make sure tomorrow.
Yeah,
are
we
going
actually read.
Okay, so y'all can see what goes on in our household. So listen, this is going to go up live on YouTube. We're going to premiere it live on YouTube every 24 hours after the show. We always premiere it live on YouTube for those YouTubers that definitely want to enjoy watching us while we talk. But in the meantime, one of the things we like to do is say you all are the reason that this show is so successful. This is episode 16, I think it is, Mike.
Is it?
Episode 16.
Okay.
15. Yeah, episode 15. So we're running through. We started in March. Things are doing great. All of our audiences are staying plugged, staying tuned in. We want to say we love y'all.
Thank
we got
you.
new ads and stuff that'll be coming soon. And we also are getting ready to try to approach next year with being able to do some live on location, studio audience type situations. So y'all just stay tuned. The big thing about it is, remember, if you need me to be able to MC your wedding because you saw me at an event or because you know that I am the Ryan Seacrest of weddings, remember to log on to theweddingmc.net. I was about to say experience.
Yeah.
I got so many damn websites. TheWeddingMC.net to be able to book us. But the Wedding MC Experience, make sure you follow us on social media at the Wedding MC Experience. But the biggest thing about it is I am a wedding MC, and I like to make people's lives much, much more exciting than they probably think that it is or isn't, at their wedding. So you bless on me, I bless on you. We'll make sure we hold you down. In the meantime, this is the Wedding MC Experience. I am King Carl.
And I'm Queen Misty.
And y'all, listen, stay locked and loaded. Make sure you share this episode. A lot of people out there will enjoy it. We make sure you enjoy it as well. We'll see y'all on the next one.
Peace.
You've been listening to the Wedding MC Experience podcast. Join the King and Queen next week where they make you stop what you're doing and enjoy another unbelievable experience.